All right, the race bike is ready. We've gone through contingency and tech. Got all of our various stickers, right? Like I passed tech and 56th anniversary. Contingency stickers are on there for score, just in case I hit the podium and want to make some money. Same deal, like finish line IV, Julie and the folks there taking care of us before we get out, and then Baja pits. I've got some more Baja pit stickers to go on there as soon as I can clean it up, but just want to go through the bike real quick and get a quick thank you. So our folks at Cyclops Adventure Sports have supported me with lights for years and years now, since they were working out of their garage. That's the Trail Boss Pro there. That's my daylight light. We'll swap that out in a second while I'm running this video, and you'll see what the big twins look like. So we got that guy. We've got suspension done by Crow Performance, and then further tuned by Redplate in partnership. That's all race tech stuff. And then DDC Racing. So Nate Delaney makes the best breakfast sandwiches and also makes the most killer sprockets out there. So DDC sprockets, Delaney drive components, they're indestructible. I know because I've tested them. They've gone through, I don't know, about 8,000 miles of Baja, one Ironman run, and quite a few mountain rides. So Astra, talked to Yurley a whole bunch, talked about how to get the bars down low, and we tried Astra Athenas, I think, first, and I wanted a little bit lower, so we went lower to Astra Osiris. These things are hard to break. They're great bars. Again, I've tested them pretty hard. Done some windmill get-offs, and they've survived pretty well. So let's get in. Max Custom Tiedowns got me all the way down here. They hooked me up with Y straps to hold the wheels onto the chase truck, as well as my tie-down straps. Powersport Pros hooked me up with tires and oil and Michelin bibs, all that stuff. They really got me squared away, made it really easy, got it all shipped to one place. I didn't have to worry about transporting it. True North Moto, well, back inside that airbox is a whole bunch of electrical work that we did to simplify and harden the wiring, so that when I cart the wheel this thing into a silt bed, it'll survive. So Dan and Cal and the guys at True North did some great wiring work for me. Precision Fuel and Hydration, I would be a cramped up nightmare mess if I wasn't running their supplements and their hydration salts and electrolyte type stuff. So it makes a huge difference. Good old Moto Buddy. What's up, Moto Buddy? So Mike Spurgeon, Taco Mike at TacoMoto, has been a long time supporter and has helped me out with advice and parts and bad ideas. Made a huge difference. Here's True North Moto back here again, Powersport Pros. XLADV, I mean, I'm not racing on a big bike anymore, but Eric at XLADV kind of believes and likes my sense of humor, and he probably just wants to see what the hell is going to happen. So he's helped me out. And Luis at 2T4T Moto made the most ridiculous t-shirt with my face on it last year and sold like a boatload of them. Made a lot of money to help the effort out. So thanks, Luis, and your tire fights are awesome, dude. I love them. Autobahn Specialists, Jeff and the boys there chipped in a bunch of cash and got me to the finish line last year. Helped me out again this year. Let's see who else we got. These guys. This guy got the truck in and welded the exhaust on it, and we were out in 15 minutes. I'm sure that sticker will burn off, but Buffalo Correro in La Paz, that dude's awesome. He really hooked us up. Let's see. Did I forget anyone? Oh, all right, Rob Floyd, Doc Floyd at Empowerment MD. Gotta thank him for advice and making fun of me. Let's see, Flowvision. Flowvision has got these sweet, look up Moulette. Yeah, Flowvision kicked in goggles and sweet shades for a whole bunch of folks in the Chase team, which is pretty awesome. And, oh, Country Financial, I got to thank Wayne. Wayne jumped in. Wayne did a huge amount of work last year, and he jumped in this year to help me out and get me down here. So thanks a lot to Country Financial. Here we go, as promised. Now the Cyclops big twin in here. This is the Twin Extreme. That'll be the nighttime race light. And there she is. So go ahead and fire that thing up, dude. Okay, lights. Yeah, and then in the middle. Yeah, there you go. So, all right, you can kill it. So what I've actually done with this is, for panic, the middle position on this is both lights, and then for panic, when you get dusted all of a sudden, I click it forward and I get a single light, which makes a big difference when it's like gross motor control. You know, you're struggling, you're getting dusted out, and you need that visibility back. So if you look at this thing, here's the Stella. This is the nav computer that a noob makes and is required for the race. This gives several functions. You can actually hit the help button if you're hurt badly. If you stop for a long time, it'll come up and say, "Are you okay?" You hit the OK button. And then my personal favorite, which I don't really get to use very much because I'm not going to reach all the way from here to here, that's the push to pass button. So when guys are trying to pass me, and there'll be a lot of them because I'm an Ironman, I'm not going to ride that hard. They hit this guy, and it sends a signal up, comes down, hits this VHF antenna, and I get a flashing blue warning on the Stella that lets me know to pull over and get out of the way for safety, and it makes it safer for all of us. In addition, this thing actually comes up, and where Score has marked the danger zones, it'll come up and it'll give a red warning saying danger, which is hugely helpful when you're blowing bubbles. You're not really thinking too hard at Mach Jesus at 30 hours. So there's a lot of stuff hidden underneath here, but you can see, can I get it? Yep, you can see I'm running a Mako 360 for damping on the bars. And obviously a Scott's damper, some sort of damper is pretty much mandatory. Highway dirt bikes, I like these guys, these beefy burly guards that they use. They're pretty close to indestructible. And if you do actually manage to, say, cartwheel this thing at high speed and break parts of the mounts or bend them, you hit them up, and for the cost of shipping, generally they send you new parts, which is awesome. And if you're a dual sport guy, those flags are nice, but you get these sweet mirrors, which unfortunately do not include the sticker that says objects in mirror are losing. Oh, and by the way, when you break the mirrors, as I do, again, let them know, and for the cost of shipping, they'll send you a new one. I run Pro Grip 786 foam handguards. They do not do all that well in like mud and water. However, for vibration, and you'll see like all the Dakar rally guys use them. Those are great. Cyclops switching. So it's required you have to run a dry brake on your bike. So by Score. So got this guy from Thayer Manufacturing. It's basically a dust cap, and then you still got to wipe that out. But when you show up to the Baja pits or whatever, they're gonna have that big dump can with the redhead stinger on it, and just they smash it in there. It'll drop 3 gallons in about 7 seconds, which is way faster than I can eat a snack. And I'm out and I'm moving. Let's see other stuff that I've done. Enduro Engineering slave guard, pretty much mandatory. You can't run without a slave guard here for long. You can actually see that I got a pretty good gouge in there. I decided early on that I was going to run a 14 front sprocket instead of a 15 like I wanted to. I think that worked out pretty well. OEM or Hammerhead, good for the shifters, and then like these Polysport guards, they're pretty cheap and they work really well. Yep, TacoMoto Low Pro fuel tap. I need to come back and rewrap that line. If you see all of my radiator lines, everything is double wrapped. Because I have a history of pulling cactus spines out of hoses. That kind of sucks. I have redundant power run through here, these SAE cables. That one powers my USB. This one up here powers the Stella, and there's a second one that's just hanging there. That one's ready to plug in case I tear one of the ones up front. Let's see, spare parts. Yep, shifter sitting here. We get into rad guards. I don't remember who made these rad guards, but yeah, you definitely have to have, you gotta have levers on your Enduro Engineering rad guards. Yeah, there we go. Sorry, I had to come down a lick. So spare levers, all those in there. I've got a spare brake somewhere as well. And then I think the one other, people love to give me a hard time, but Recluse makes a pretty hard to destroy billet clutch cover. I don't really care what your politics are on the clutch inside. I run a DDS, which is a standard drive clutch. It's got more drive plates and more frictions, and I think it's a better clutch than what OEM is. I also think the billet basket pressure plate is higher quality. So I run that. I'm running a track shock. The X-Trig adjuster is huge if you're doing different weights or changing like different tanks and stuff like that. It just makes adjustment so much easier. Track's active rebound in the whoops. I love it. W wheels. There we go. And then I think the last thing is I run, I have to tell my buddy about this, a Bulletproof Designs guard on the BRP chain guide. And what that does is it prevents, you can see, like I've got some hits on there. It prevents you from hitting that forward tab on there and basically ripping off the chain guide. And then it gets chewed up in your sprocket and breaks your sprocket or your hub or something like that. So I think that's pretty close to mandatory down here. But, and then people ask me what I'm running. I don't know if the video is bright enough. Those are 120/100 Kenda Parker DTs. Plan on doing 2 tire changes, so 3 overall tires. And then on the front, Golden Tire 8100s. I'm not a fan of the fatty. I'm a mountain rider at heart, and I really dislike how the fatty works in the mountains. So, yep, running Golden Tire 8100s. I like it. It's really active steering. It feels good. And that's it. And there's the big twin one more time. So thanks again to all the guys that made this possible, especially all the random people from PMW Dirt Talk who jumped in and sent me funds and said, hey man, go out and live the adventure. So hope to do you guys proud and make it all 1,310.9 miles. We'll find out in about 36 hours.